For those of you who haven't seen my name smeared across your computer screen by some of my dedicated committee members, my name is Ray Sweeney.
Oh.
If things get out of hand today, you'll be able to find me easily because I'll be the one still standing. The gentleman to my right here, as you know, is Robert Brown. Robert has graciously come forth with me here to act as my ears. That is made necessary by the fact that I have catastrophic hearing loss as a result of my wartime service while serving in the United States Marine Corps. So as a result, I will undoubtedly not be able to hear you on my own abilities if you speak from the floor or elsewhere. So I may turn to Robert, who will relate to me what has been said. Please bear with me as we embark on the business at hand here. I'd like to recognize my committee, as well as pay tribute to today's candidates, along with those of you who have come forth with resolutions before this committee as a whole, by sharing a favorite passage of mine, which was delivered by Theodore Roosevelt, commanding officer of the U.S. 7th Cavalry, Rough Riders. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause, who, at the best, knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be among those tired and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat.
Step 5. Sorry, can't hear me.
Mr. Chairman, I hereby submit the Resolutions Committee report as submitted in the committee as a whole and the call letter for presentation today. Members of the committee, I will now open the presentations of the resolutions that come before us.
I have a motion. Tom Morris, ELDAD. I move to suspend the reading of the resolution submitted in the call letter.
No. Second.
Okay. The motion to suspend the reading of the resolutions in the call letter has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
No!
Motion carries. Thank you. The chair will entertain a motion to accept the resolutions as presented in the call letter to be hereby submitted to this committee as a whole, as written for individual vote.
So moved.
Okay, we want
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Here's the debate.
That would be
Ray's trying to get all the resolutions approved.
in the call letter.
Yeah. There's a motion on the floor.
Well, there was actually 11 submitted in the call letter.
There's a motion on the floor.
That's correct.
It's awesome. You can't discuss until the motion's done.
Actually, there were 9. But the fact of the matter is, the resolution, the bylaws indicate that all resolutions submitted.
There's a motion on the floor that's been seconded.
Chair will entertain a motion to accept all the resolutions as presented in the call letter to hereby be submitted to this committee as a whole, as written for individual vote.
So moved.
Second. Is there any discussion on the matter? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye!
Opposed? Motion carries.
I just thought you were on the floor. Simplify.
So, at this point,
He's the chair. He's got the mic. That's how it goes. For Robert. Just sweating.
I will now open the presentation of the resolutions to come before us.
I need the, so now we do
All these
resolutions.
one after another after another.
Okay, so we have to back up. We hear discussions about the Constitution. We hear discussions about the rule of law. We hear discussions about the bylaws. There were 2 that were submitted on time. There were 10 that were within the guidelines that I tried to extend to accommodate all of those resolutions, okay? Just to be clear, all right? The committee voted to support the bylaws, unanimously, including Mr. Sweeney, okay? Twice. I was invited into that meeting after they did it, and Mr. Sweeney gave me a report and actually apologized for having this happen. I was asked to submit those other ones with the call letter, which traditionally you only put the 2 that were voted and by the committee. And we accommodated it because I appreciate the hard work that you put into your resolutions to make it happen. The chair of the committee cannot unilaterally override the committee's votes, okay? So the 2 that will be up for vote are the 2 that were submitted in the call letter, okay, approved by the committee. The other ones, most of them, almost all of them except for 1? Excuse me, all the ones that who got approved today. I mean, who came in good form today? Only 2. So 2 of the other 9, one he says 10, one was actually withdrawn by the author the day of the Maricopa meeting, and so the others that are here, the 2 that made it with the proper signatures will be heard consistent with our bylaws of the state of Arizona and the Republican Party. So thank you very much for your report, Mr. Chairman. And we will have, as
There's 2 so
matter
far. It's not
of
done. They're going to
consistency,
keep.
we'll have
There's another
Mr. Cage
process.
now work the discussion on these resolutions. Thank you. That's right.
That's a good thing you're sitting here. I mean, I'm used to
He
you.
took his microphone away.
I'm used to you texting us. Okay, do this, do that.
I love the process. We've got Robert Rules of Order, and we've got a process to try to keep our meetings organized and functional. And I support anybody that wants to support the rules. Thank you. So, Mr. Cage.
Per the bylaws and per the resolutions committee report, the resolution on the floor is the first resolution in the packet, titled Exemption from Sales Tax on Food Purchase for Home Consumption, Prescription Medicine, Clothing, and Footwear. Is there any debate?
Are we voting on this? Yes.
Is there any debate?
We don't want
Oh, here we go.
Chair
No, here we go. Here we
recognizes
go.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Andy Costanzo, Legislative District 27. Interested, this is the sales tax? Okay. Sales tax in general is regressive. The poor pay the most of their total income on taxes because almost all of their disposable income goes towards necessities, which are in turn in many areas taxable. So an argument would be made by a lot of the municipalities, we can't cut these
They didn't
taxes
define any
on food,
time to
clothing,
speak either.
medicine,
Huh?
They
because then
didn't
we're going
define
to
how much time they had to speak.
public service. We're going to have to take away fire and police. Now that's always the route they go. But interestingly enough, if we let people keep their tax money in the first place, we wouldn't have to provide other ancillary, or it may not be deemed necessary to provide other ancillary services to these people. So if we just let them keep more, let's let all of us keep more of our own money.
There you go. Yeah.
And we'll let government do a lot less with less. Thank you.
Outstanding.
Is there any further debate? Those in favor of the resolution entitled Exemption from Sales Tax on Food
Sort of
Purchase
like
for
no
Home
voice for
Consumption,
boxing.
Prescription Medicine, Clothing, and Footwear will say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed will say no. have it and the motion is
Hey,
adopted.
all right. There you go, Sweeney.
Next resolution is entitled
So this is going to be
Resolution to
interesting.
support
This is what's going to
closed Republican primaries in Arizona as distributed
This is
in the
the
packet.
one we want to not vote on.
Is there any debate?
Mr. Chairman,
Hang on. They're going to. It's coming.
my name is A.J. LaFaro, LD18, Corbell Precinct. I am the one who submitted the original resolution to close the primaries to the Resolutions Committee within the time allotted. The resolution that is here before this body today is not the resolution that I wrote. It's been modified dramatically, and the intent is completely different than what I submitted to the Resolutions Committee. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that this resolution that was in the call letter be completely substituted with the resolution that we were able to get almost 400 signatures for here today at this meeting.
There you go.
In the chair's opinion, since the other resolution will come up for an up or down vote, the
He's then
motion to
gonna withdraw.
substitute would not be in order at this time.
He's just going to withdraw his resolution.
It will come up as a resolution in its entirety. So the solution to what the gentleman is asking would be to vote no on this one if that's what you want to accomplish.
Vote no.
Is there any further debate?
Point of information. Who's the author?
Please state whether you're in favor or against the resolution that is before us.
Mr. Chair, my name is Stephen Robinson from the great county of Mojave, the 5th largest county and the 5th most populous county in the